Furogu! Kiddo kiddo!
Hello! It's been a while. A very long time. How are you guys doing? I'm doing very well. Very well. It's been a while since the last time we met, huh? Yeah, a lot of things has happened. A lot of things has happened. Um, but I hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's been a while since I last did my last haul video, and I wanted to do one today for you guys. I've been saving up all my games because, you know, I was in need, and then I wasn't in need, and then I was in need again. But, I've been, saving up games from around this week, from all the way from last year to do this haul video because I wanted to have a big nice haul for you guys. So I have a lot of games, but from two different publishers. I figure I'll start with the bigger pile first, so I will do Sony. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go through the timeline, I guess, like, you know, PS1 to, you know, that's how I kind of like have my game set up, so that's how I'm gonna do it. Okay, let's start. Alright, first game is Motor Racer. I recently looked at my old haul, and I realized that I got Motor Racer 2, and I thought, well, back then I thought that was the Motor Racer I grew up with, but no, it was Motor Racer 1. I love Motor Racer 1. I like when you start the game and you got to select your character and that music play, you know, like, I guess he's so pumped. And I've been also kind of wanting to play a racing game. It's been a while since we had like a good racing game, you know? I know there's like Crash Racing, but it's only on console, and I don't play on console. So I was kind of like yearning for that, you know, racing game. I feel like all the racing games have gone to phones, so we haven't had a decent like racing game in a while, I feel. So yeah, Motor Racer. It's a fun game. If you like motorcycle games or just like, you know, racing games, it's fun. I think if you play with some people, it would be cool. The next one I want to get is Road Rash. Oh, I love Road Rash. That would complete like my motorcycle game collection. All right. The next game is Rugrats in Paris. Now, every time I think of Rugrats in Paris, I think of you know, ninjas in Paris. But yeah, I grew up playing this game. I was kind of sad because it wasn't as good as the other Rugrats game that's very popular, you know, on PS1. This game is not bad though. It's not like, you know, you don't expect much, but it was like, as a kid, it was alright, you know. It had like fun mini games, and you could play as all the characters and stuff, so it wasn't bad. I also got Rugrats Search for Reptar. I've never owned this game. This was a game, like, you know, you go by your friend's house to play, so like to actually have this game was like really cool, so I'm happy to have it in my collection finally. It's a really cool game. If you're big into Rugrats, like a 90s kid, you would love this game. The controls are bad, but you know, it's fun. You know, it has its like niche. I did do a stream of it, and I have a let's play of it, so yeah, you can look on my channel for that. I don't know how to add the, you know, eyes and stuff, so I'll probably put in the ending of the video. So yeah, it's a fun little game if you like the Rugrats, or just, you know, you kind of want to pretend like you're a 90s kid. I don't count 99 and 2000s. Those kids always want to like consider them 90s kids, but they're not 90s kids. Let's be honest. Alright, the next game is another game I never owned, but my friend owned it, and I was kind of wanting to play it. I also was a very big fan of the show. I think most kids were, and that is Xena. Yeah, Xena. Um, yeah, I didn't even know this was a game until when I went to my friend's house to play this as a kid. Yeah, it's it's there. I played it recently. So I always, when I get games, I always like to test it and make sure that the game's working. And it was working good. From what I remembered. I will probably do a stream of it. I love collecting games. Like before I became a streamer, I always collect games, but for the most part, I plan on streaming every game like that I own. And that's how we're in these halls. But yeah, Xena. And another strong female character we're going to is this game. Well, I guess I should start this. I never played this game as a kid. I never played it at a friend's house. The way I learned about this game was through during the time of when Let's Plays are really big on YouTube. There was a guy named Slurpy Tigger. I watched his Let's Play and I really liked how he did his Let's Plays. He's one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to do Let's Plays too. I used to watch a lot of Let's Plays back then. I'm sad to say that he's no longer with us, but I really liked his reviews because, his Let's Plays because they're really informative, and he used to show you how to get items, and he explained how to kill enemies, and he was very informative, and I like that in the Let's Player. And I try to strive to do that sometimes in my Let's Play. I don't do it as well. I didn't do as well as he did, but yeah. But this game is Parasite Eve. Yeah, I always wanted to collect the Parasite Eve. I like the gameplay of it. I ended up playing it around when the PSP came out. I hacked it and I played it. I like the gameplay. It's like, if you never played Parasite Eve, it's like, or I guess, I was gonna say Vagrant Story, but if you never played either of them, you wouldn't really know. But the gameplay is very fun. I haven't played Parasite Eve 2. I know, from what I've heard, it's like a Resident Evil 2 type of a game. I'm not too sure about it. I never played it. I do want to own that in my collection, and I do want to play it also. But I did play Third Birthday, and Third Birthday is kind of like it's not a Parasite Eve game. And I guess I could agree to that certain extent. It's very different from like what Parasite Eve and 1 and 2 is, and I think it deviates from the story. But I do like Third Birthday, because the gameplay was very fun in that game. I actually like the gameplay. So if anything, if you don't like the story of Third Birthday, at least the gameplay was something. But anyways, I always wanted to have this game in my collection, and it's just nice to have it in my collection because it's something I do want to play also, and I probably will play it on stream, but I want to get 2 first before I start that, and I already have a backlog of games I need to play. Okay, so that ends the PS1 games. We are now going to the PS2 games. Yay! Okay, the first game on this list is a game I really shat on in high school. I had a friend who always used to like, you gotta play it. And usually when people tell me you have to play it, I don't want to play it. And I thought it was really cringy, because like, I just thought it was like, this game's probably stupid, and I used to just shit on it a lot. But the game, I'll show it to you and then I'll speak more on it. But anyways, the game is Persona 3 Fez. I didn't get my start into the Persona games until the PSP. I played the shit out of the PSP game. That was my first real intro into the Persona series. Because I used to really love the PSP because I do a lot of traveling for school, so it was a very nice way to eat up my time. And I fell in love with her Parasite. Persona Portable. I like, you could play a girl and stuff, but the gameplay was like, oh my god, the gameplay was so much fun. I didn't know the gameplay was like that. And not only like the fighting, like I like that it's kind of like also like a little dating sims game. So it's like, oh man, I feel so bad for shitting on this game. But when you see like Persona, kill myself, it's just like, this looks like cringe, and I don't know. I just thought I shat on it. I did, but now I want to go back. Well, I kind of just wanted to have this in my collection just for collection purposes. Also, it was cheap and a sealed copy, so I probably won't open this up. I'll probably just play it on emulator. I do own the game. So, but it was just, I just thought it was nice to have a sealed copy of it because it might go up in price. But yeah, I want to just have this in my collection. I really want to get the PSP portable version, but that game went up crazy high for some reason. Like, I guess I can understand why it went up so high because it's very different from Persona. But yeah, I hate scrappers. The next game is another game, a game I haven't played, but during my G4 days, I remember this game being talked about a lot, and I kind of want to have it in my collection, and that is The Suffering. I don't know much about this game. I always see it on like top 10, top PSP and PS2 games that you need to have in your collection, so I kind of want to get it. I know it's a good game. A lot of people stand by this game. This and I think Manhunt, So I really want to try those games out. But yeah, I want to have it in my collection. The only thing that sucks about this copy is that it doesn't come with the manual. That's the one thing I am like really like anal about when it comes to collecting for games in general. I guess current gen and future gen, it doesn't really matter because majority of those games don't have like manuals in it. But when you grow up getting PS1 games and stuff and it having the manual and stuff and everything in it, you kind of always want to have it, even though you just look at it. It's just nice to have, especially if it's in color. Let's be honest. Okay, the next game is Resident Evil Code Veronica. My thing with like Resident Evil games is like I like collecting them, but I haven't really like sat down and played any of them. Like I haven't sat down and played any Resident Evil game because I'm like I don't want to be spooked, and like I'm not a fan of the inventory system. I do want to play them though. I will play them on stream for, like from 1 to the latest one, but I just want to have it in my collection. Cause I do want to have like the complete set of Resident Evil games. I did want to get this game on GameCube, but this game's like really expensive on GameCube for no reason. I know there's sometimes with GameCube games it is a better version, like Beyond Good and Evil, like that version is better than the PS2 version, the GameCube version. But from what I've learned, is that the reason why the GameCube games tend to be more expensive is because there were less of them, so a lot more people played on PS2 than GameCube, so yeah, it's just I wanted to have this in my collection, and I do, and for cheaper, Sooner or later this game might go up in price too, the way things are going right now, a lot of games are just like going up that don't need to be that crazy of a price. But I feel like maybe it will go down. I just think it's because Roni-chan is like, you know, trying to like, you know, white well, husbando people up right now. And I believe that's the reason why a lot of games are going up, because everyone's just home right now. So I feel like it might go either two ways. I feel like games that did go up in price may just stay there, and games that some games that went up in price probably will fall down really crazy, because I feel like once, you know, everything opens up again, people won't have money to like do stuff anymore. You know, because they want to do stuff. So I feel like a lot of games may go down in price. I just think because everyone's home now, everyone's collecting, and that is one reason why I'm collecting. You know, so everyone's like bored and they just want to do stuff. The next game I have is a game that I always wanted. I never played. I am scared to play it, but I thought it was very cool, the mechanics and everything, and that it has. It is going up in price too, so I was like, let me grab this before it goes up in price. And that game is Siren. Siren. Yeah. I really want to play this game. I've heard a lot of people talk about this game and how good it was, and I always wanted to have it in my collection. I always want to. I'm not really like a fan of horror games in terms of playing them. I do like watching them, but I always want to have it in my collection. But I do plan on playing them, but I'm just like really spooked in a sense to play them. But I do want to like sit down and play them. I heard that the mechanics is really cool, and how they do the faces is very interesting. They do a rotoscope of all the actors and stuff, so it's like really scary, because it's like the faces are real, but they look really bizarre on the models. It's kind of just like they like, you know, paste them onto it, so that's kind of interesting. I know there's one on PS3 also, and I do want to get that game, but I just want to have this one in my collection. Also, you know, it's going up in price, it seems, so I wanted to snag it before, you know, it was too late, and it's like, you know, Rule of Roses type of pricing. Okay, the next game is a game I haven't played on the original system, but I did play it on Steam. I do own it on Steam, and I want to have a physical copy of the game, and that game is Indigo Prophecy. I like the story in this game. I like the gameplay. I like how, you know, the more you play it, the more you find out how to do the game faster, and I guess unlock stuff. I forgot what company makes it, but they made the Origami Killer and all that stuff. I forgot the name, but yeah, I want to have this game because I thought the story and the gameplay was fun, and I thought the story and the gameplay is fun, but I also want to have a physical copy of the game. The thing is, like, yes, I'm a PC gamer, but I like to have physical copies of games, so I don't really necessarily mind buying the game again if it means I could have it as a physical copy, because while, you know, Steam is nice and convenient, and, you know, the graphics tend to be better on PC if the port is actually working, it's not physical. And not to say, like, I don't technically own my games, but, you know, growing up with having a physical copy there, it's so nice, and I feel like it's something that's dying out, like getting physical copies, so I want to snag up as much physical copies that I can before, you know, we go through, like, before it's just only digital, which will suck. Okay, so that completes the PS2 games. We're now going to the PS3 games. Actually, I realize one game is misplaced. I got this game for cheap. It's not on the PS3, but it's a game that was very popular, and I was never good at it, but I found it for really cheap, and that game's Patapon. I do like the music and stuff, and the gameplay is really interesting. I'm just a black girl with no rhythm, so this game like defeats me. I do want to get good at it, but I want to have a physical copy of the game. It was pretty cheap and it's sealed. I didn't know until like after I bought it that it's the Canadian version of the game, and not only Canadian, it's the French version. But it's still playable. PSP is pretty region free, so that's not something that is like it's just. Also, it's the greatest hits version, but whatever. It was cheap. I normally don't. As you can see, I normally try not to get greatest hits versions if I can really help it. But yeah, sometimes I'll get it if it's cheaper. I'm not like crazy. I won't, like some games, the black label is like $30 more than the greatest hits version. It's don't do it to yourself. This was a game that also was on G4. It was really popular when it came out. I thought the gameplay looked really, really cool. And I wanted to play it. This was during the time when I think Rob Zombie made Grindhouse. I don't know if it was him. I feel like it was him, but Grindhouse, that movie came out, and that whole like cinema like effect, how they had it like really grungy and stuff. This game really capitalized on that, and I thought it was really cool. And I just thought like the character was really cool, and I thought like the action was cool, but it did get really bad reviews afterwards. But when it came out, a lot of people did thought it was cool. And that game is wet. Yeah. I really wanted to play this game. A lot of games is like games I wanted to play and wanted to always play, but also a lot of games are it's like I saw them and I just couldn't afford them because I was a kid. So but now I can't afford them because I'm an adult. I'm an independent female, So I wanted to have this game in my collection. I did play a bit of it, and it's it's fun, but I can see where it gets like repetitive. So yeah, that's the only one thing that sucks about it, but I still think it's a fun game. If you really like that grindhouse type of a feel, I think you will also like it too. The next game is another game I thought was cool. It's not from G4. I just randomly saw it on a YouTube video, and I thought it was cool because like the way that they were using their guns and stuff, and like jumping up in the air. I was like, dude, this is cool. And then I find out it's an RPG, and that game is Renaissance of Fate. I thought this game looks so cool. I hear it's mad hard though, but I like games that are challenging. And it's an RPG, which is cool, and it has guns and stuff. If you see them like flying around and shit, and they're just like hitting the monsters and stuff. It has like a really unique system that you really have to. It seems like you have to really learn before you can actually like play the game and have fun with it, because it seems that the fundamentals in this game is very important. That goes for all games, but I feel like this game is very different from a lot of RPG games. It doesn't seem like it's really hand holding, because there's a guy on YouTube who did a tutorial, and he really went in depth, and it seems like the game doesn't really have that. I'm not sure. I haven't played it yet per se. I also wanted to get this because I want to get the game on Steam also, and I want a physical copy. Here it is. Because I want to play it on stream, and as a streamer, it's a lot easier to just like play games that are on PC, When it's like on consoles, like you gotta get an Elgato, which I have, but it's just easy to just like open Steam and just like turn on OBS and just stream it that way, it's just like easier. I mean, unless it's like an older game, older games want to like, oh, I I tell you what aspect ratio I want. I lock the screen. You have to play me in full screen. No, you can't read chat, you know. But newer games are more forgiving with the Windows mode and stuff. So yeah, I'm happy to have this game, and I can't wait to play it. I do want to play it. The next game is a game that came out on launch, PS3. I really wanted to play it. You know, it was like the biggest thing on the PS3 because it it was the launch game and everyone's talking about it. It was basically the showcasing of what the PS3 could do, and that game is Heavenly Sword. I've never played this. I have never ever got a chance to play it because I got the PS3 very late. I didn't get the PS3 until Uncharted 3 came out. Cause I got the bundle of that game. So yeah, I didn't get the PS3 like until really, really, really late, and so I never got to play this. And I was wanting to play it. From what I hear, they really went out all for this game. They actually had I believe they got some big time actors to like act in this. So that's pretty cool. Also, the gameplay is really cool. It's very from what I remembered. I believe it's like kind of like a female God of War from what I remember. I normally like sometimes I know what games in my head that I want, but I kind of forget exactly what the game is about. It depends on the game. This game, it was cheap, and I was like, oh, since the GameCube wants to be all expensive and take all my money, I want to see what their games they are. And right now, PS3 games are pretty cheap, so I want to look and see, buy up some PS3 games that I wanted. So I got Heavenly Sword. And the last from the PS3 games is a game that I also never played. I hit really hard. It's the game I always want to play, and that game is Ninja Gaiden Sigma. I hear this game's really, really hard, but I wanted it. It was cheap. I just saw it and I was like, oh, Ninja Gaiden Sigma. Let me pick that up. So I did. I never played a Ninja Gaiden game. But I was a big Dead or Alive 3 fan, and I know I think, I don't know if she's in this one, but I know when I found out Yane was in, I was like, ooh, maybe I should give it a try. I forgot what this girl's name is, but she's a cutie too, so I might just play it because of her. I think you could, yeah, it seems like you could play as her too. But Ninja Gaiden, I want to play it. It seems really cool. If anything, Tecmo should stop making freaking Dead or Alive games and probably make another Ninja Gaiden game. Maybe I'll give them some street cred again. I feel like the Dead or Alive game is just I don't know. I just feel like, who cares? They kind of from what I'm hearing about 6, they just kind of released the game and then, yeah, whatever. So, it sucks for people who like Dead or Alive games. Personally, for me, Dead or Alive kind of died after 3. Yeah, it kind of died after the 3 for me. Okay, so that's that of the PS3 games. We're not done. The next game is a game from my childhood. I played the second one of it. I loved the crap out of it. I have the game. I got the game on Humble Bundle for pretty cheap. They had a crazy bundle where they had they had 2 games. Well, I guess I'll just show it so it makes sense. It's Spyro. The Humble Bundle had a while back had a bundle where you could get Crash Trilogy and this trilogy for $30 and some other, piece of shit games I didn't really care about. But I was like, Spyro 3 and Crash Bandicoot, $30? Yeah. So I bought it on Steam. And I was like, I like to, like I said, I like to have physical copies of games, and I was deciding which copy should I get, and I figured I'd get the PS4 version, because, I feel like that version would be better. Hint of, of what's coming up next. But, yeah, I really love Spyro. I grew up playing Spyro 2. and one. My friend had one. I had two. I never played Spyro 3. I'm not really a fan of Spyro 3, honestly. I don't like games where, like, you go from having one character and then they want to, like, add in new characters to, like, I like some of the Sonic Adventures 2 type shit. I don't really like when they do stuff like that. But I will play it. I do want to play it on stream. I want to play the originals first and then go back and play this version just to see how much they've changed it from that. Yeah. The only thing that sucks about this is like when I was opening it, I sliced it open, and this is technically the front cover and this is the back cover, but I was like, I don't want to show that part, so that's the only, that's like one of the casualties of I guess game collecting on, like, buying it online. Excuse me, sorry. The next game is, I kind of like one day was looking at I was interested in what other games this company has made over the years, and I looked through it and I was like, the games that these, like, you could see their progression of like getting to this genre that they created. It's like, it's crazy how they were able to create the genre of games that like everyone now is kind of like having it in their own, like trying to add it into their own games now. And that game, well, the company is From Software. From Software is a very interesting name for a company. Like, when I thought of From Software, at first I thought their name was Software. So when I saw their intro, I thought it was like, oh, From Software. And I always thought it was like, at first I used to think it was Front Software, and then I realized it's From Software. So I thought it was just software. I didn't think it was From Software. I just thought their company's name was Software. But come to find out, their name is From Software. A very Japanese name. I bet, like, From Software. They probably thought it was so cool. It probably stands for something, but it's just like, it's like some, like, who's on first type stuff, like, what's their name? From Software. From Software who? But the game's Bloodborne. I like Dark Souls, but I suck at it. I like playing it in co-op. I like Dark Souls 1. You don't count 2. 3. I never played Bloodborne. But when I was starting to collect now, I realized that a lot of games are going up in price, and I'm not sure if that has to do with right now, but I realized that a lot of games are going up in price, so I want to get some from software games. I kind of want to have, Dark Souls 1, sadly 2, 3, and Bloodborne, because I realized that, these games may go up in price soon. These games might be I can't think of a game off the top of my head that's like crazy expensive, but like, yeah, maybe on its own it probably won't be as expensive, but that like series, that small series, it's not even like, I guess, a complete series. I guess in Demon Souls too, I want to get that game also. I forgot about Demon Souls. But I want to have that little, that series, I guess, like that transition, because I feel like that those games will go up in price, and I feel like it's crazy how, like, From Software, they kind of made their own genre of games, so I just kind of want to have them in collection, so be like, this is how, it's crazy how, like, each iteration of the game, they got better. I'm not saying like I know everything about the Souls, like, or Demon Souls or Dark Souls, but as someone who's kind of just like plays them offhandedly, it is cool to see that, I feel like they really made their own genre, and that's kind of cool to see in a video game, in gaming. So and I figure they're gonna go up in price sooner or later, like Bloodborne, come on, Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 1, Maybe 2 might still be like $20 20 years from now. But yeah, I figured that I want to have those games in my collection. Especially like with Roni-chan around, it made me realize like a lot of games are going up in price. You know, they might go down in price, but it made me like realize, you know, let me get some of these games. So I think if you haven't really gotten like the full collection of like, you know, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, and Bloodborne, I feel that you should probably like pick them up, you know? So I kind of want to start getting I want to start collecting them. I have Bloodborne and I believe Dark Souls 1, so I just need to get 2 and 3 and Demon Souls. And the last of the PS4 games that I have is Persona 5. Oh my god, the music in this game is fun, the memes are fun. Yeah, I've been wanting to play this game. I thought Atlas would bring the game to PC, but it seems like, you know, they're like these game companies. Just, you know, still want to make money. You know, maybe they're taking it slow. Japanese companies are kind of weird, you know. Recently they did bring out Persona 4 to the PC, and I'm not really a big fan of the PS4 game, Persona 4 game, because I didn't really like the characters. They kind of look kind of boring, I'll be honest with you. But I still want to support Atlas to show that, yes, you know, there is a market on PC. Like, people do want you to port these games, so sometimes you have to do that, you know? Like, sometimes you have to do things like that to get what you personally want. So I bought the game. I didn't buy the OS and anything, but I did buy the game just to support. And I am playing through it, and, you know, it's not so bad. But Persona 5 is like, whoa, this game's cool. I played a little bit of it, and it's like, it's crazy, like, from playing Persona. Well, I played Persona Portable, so it don't really count, but, it's crazy how, like, updated this game is. Like, the music is so good, and I really like Persona Portable's music. The music was very, very good. But Persona 5's music is like, whoa, full on, like, you know, it's like really good, you know, and the graphics are really good, and everything's so pretty about it. And yeah, I could have got the PS3 version, but I'm not sure. And it's cool. Like, I like that Atlas does that. They only do they port to like the next gen. They also port to like old gen. But you know, I know from what I know, they've been doing that for years, and like I normally try not to get like the older version of the game because they usually cut stuff out of it. I normally try to get what, you know, the current gen is, the version of it, because I know we'll have like everything. Like, they cut a lot of stuff out to fit on the old gen system. So I try to normally get like the newer games. I'm sad this game doesn't come with like a manual or nothing, you know, but you know, it's pretty. I was gonna get like the steelbook version, but it was too expensive. I got this like peak Roni-chan, so it was pretty cheaper to just get this version. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I can't wait to play it on stream. Okay, that concludes all my Sony games. Oh, please do not fall. Yeah, these are all the Sony games I have. One of these days I will probably do like a showing of all the games I do own. I'd like to do that one day. Not now, but soon. But yeah, let's move on to my Nintendo games.